Hi, welcome to Free Audio Short Stories. I'm author Sandra Pavloff Conner. I write inspirational novels, nonfiction books that teach truths from the Word of God, and lots of poems and short stories. I especially enjoy writing short stories that leave the reader thinking at the end, and most of the stories I share on this free audio project are excerpted from my anthology titled Stories That Leave You Thinking. You can find it on Amazon currently if you're interested, and very soon it will be available through Barnes & Noble as well. The story I'm sharing with you today is titled Love Potion a la Cabbage. So grab your coffee, your tea, hot chocolate, whatever's comfortable, sit back and enjoy the story with me. Two old cronies sat on a bench at the end of a small city park, their 78-year-old bones soaking up the sunshine. "Ah, just smell that," Harry said, taking in a deep breath, rapture shining from his face. "What?" asked George. "Love is in the air," Harry replied, breathing deeply once more and smiling. Mm-mm. Yes, sir, love is in the air." "You're daft, Harry. That's just the cabbage cooking in the diner across the street. Winds from the south today." "Oh, come on, George, don't be so mundane. Give yourself over to your senses, man." "Senses? Why, Harry, you ain't got the good sense God gave a duck." Looking offended, Harry answered, "Why would you say that?" "Well, look at you, 78 and a half if you're a day, and you're sitting here on this comfortable bench with not a care in the world, but you're talking about love like it was something glorious and something you want." "Well, it is something I want." "No, it ain't. You done had it. 4 wives, Harry. And all it did was cost you lots of money. First for getting married, then for buying houses, then for buying your wives everything they wanted, then for the divorces, and now, every month, for the alimony. 4 alimonies, Harry." "But it's spring, George. Don't that make you feel alive and ready to take a chance on love again?" "No, it don't. I've had it with love. It's 3 square meals a day, a nice warm bench to rest on, and a trustworthy buddy or two that makes life worth living. Those things are better than what you call love any day." "Well," Harry said, "I do remember hearing a quote by somebody once that said having all your own teeth and a good solid bank account could beat marriage for making a body happy." Nodding his head, George answered, "There you go. Now you're talking sense. And since we both have our own teeth still yet, and money in our pockets, what say we go across the street for a big helping of Archie's corned beef and cabbage? It's smelling so good right now my stomach's growling." Sighing, Harry got up from the bench. "Okay, George, I guess it is time for lunch, but I still say I can smell love in the air." "It's the corned beef and cabbage, you dope. Can't you tell the difference?" "George, my friend," Harry said, placing his hand on his friend's shoulder as they jiggled their legs to work out the stiffness, "it may smell like corned beef and cabbage to you, but it's got magic in it. In fact, I have this feeling that love is just around the corner for me." They both started across the street, but just as they reached the center of the road, a car came swerving around the corner and squealed to a halt, just missing George and knocking Harry flat. A beautiful young woman jumped from the car and ran to kneel down beside Harry. "Oh, sir, are you alive? Are you alive?" Harry opened his eyes, looked up into her delightful face with its halo of golden curls, and grinned broadly. "By golly, I told George love was just around the corner." He got up and dusted himself off. Taking the young woman's arm, he escorted her to the curb. "How about I buy you lunch, pretty lady?" he said, beaming at her. Let's step into the diner here and talk about our future." George followed them into the diner, but went to sit at the lunch counter all by himself, shaking his head in frustration. "What do you have?" Archie asked him. "Confound it," George said, still shaking his head. "Just give me an order of that love potion you got brewing in the back there." "Huh?" "You know, that darned corned beef and cabbage." The end. So what do you think? Will Harry find true love with the young woman who almost killed him with her car? Will George have indigestion eating corned beef and cabbage when he's that upset? You take it from there. Let your imagination take over and see what you come up with. Now, if you enjoyed listening to this story, and you might like to hear some more, or you might be interested in hearing a complete novel read in serial format, please be sure and click that like button if you're watching on YouTube. And most of all, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload something new here. And until next time, I just wish you a good day and very happy reading. Bye for now.